Hey, welcome. My name is Santi, and this is the podcast for truth. Let's start with what is truth. Truth with a capital T. Truth is God, source, consciousness, the most authentic version of reality. See, when we ask what is true, what do we perceive as true? For you, there may be a variety of things you may consider true. But truly at the core of all of these things, what stands as truth? That is what I'm here to uncover. Truth is consciousness, energy, flowing without a filter. See, me speaking to you right now, without having to think about what I'm going to say, planning out what I'm going to say, or even thinking about the things I'm supposed to say, I'm allowing consciousness to come through me and go to you. But not to your ego, not to the observer that is watching this video, but to the observer who is watching the person that is watching this video right now. I know it might sound confusing, but it's not. If you just think about it, close your eyes right now. Now imagine yourself. Who are you when you close your eyes? Are you a preconceived notion of the reflection of what you believe to be who you are? Or is there even someone at all? See, if you're not your car, your house, or even your name, what are you? Not who are you, but what are you? You're nothing but the essence of life. You are this pure potentiality, the potential to be something. You can create through this potential, but inevitably, let's bog down a little bit and not make it too complicated. Since you have closed your eyes and realized that there is a preconceived notion of who you think you are, the observer, the creator, or who truly stands behind your eyes, your two pair of human eyes, is who you truly are. It's who you are observing this body move through the world, creating unconsciously, usually, or consciously, like in my case right now. See, consciously means that you know why, but you don't know how. It's like you know why you're doing the things you're doing, but you don't know how it's supposed to happen. You just consciously try your best to always focus on the why. Unconsciously is always knowing how, but not knowing why. As simple as that. You're always knowing what you're doing. Like you're moving around, you're creating courses, you're marketing your services, you're flirting with chicks, but you never know why you're doing it. You're only doing it because that's popular, that's what's trendy, or that's what you've seen your friends and peers do. Because that's the difference. Consciously and unconsciously just means you know who you are or you don't. If you truly know who you are at your core, then you're not worried about how you're going to be perceived, because you know that you change as you go. You evolve, you grow, you move around, you constantly create that person that you are. So all this is to say, and I know it might sound like a lot of airy-fairy concepts, but it's truly not. It's just an experience that I've gotten from realizing that enlightenment is nothing but a preconceived notion. Enlightenment is truly at the hands for everybody. You can be enlightened right now if you just accept that there was never a past, there is never going to be a future unless you create it. But I don't speak about your ego. I speak about you, the creator behind your ego, the observer. Now, this might be a lot of topics I've scattered around, but let's go back. Since we know that truth is the pure potentiality of consciousness, that means truth is when you allow your body to communicate your thoughts without ego, without filtering what's gonna come out. So there's no script, outline, or even planning. Therefore, this video. I'm not worried about editing because I assume that you can watch through this video if you truly are attracted to this type of content. I don't need to script out my videos because I know that everything happens perfectly as it's supposed to happen, and I will communicate what needs to be communicated to you. And 3, I don't truly care about what you think about me. I care about how I'm being perceived by myself. And in this case, I feel confident enough to communicate my thoughts to you without having to do any flashy edits, without having to do any flashy things to get your attention, but instead just using some brown noise in the back to get you to focus on my voice. Because even I could close my eyes and I'm still going to have the same thoughts. The same words are going to come out of my mouth because I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say, but instead I'm allowing it to come through. Therefore, that's why the podcast for truth. We have said what truth is. Now let's say what is podcast. You already have a preconceived notion of what podcast is. I mean, there's a lot of podcasts going around. But let's break the word around. Podcast. What is to cast? Back in the days, wizards used to cast spells, which was basically to speak some words so that magic could happen. I'm no wizard. I like to consider myself as a wizard, but I'm no wizard. So all I'm doing is casting truth. But what is pod? Pod is a vehicle. It's a way. It's how. And that's all. Podcast is the way you communicate words. That's why usually all podcasts are a conversation between two people or someone speaking to the camera, to the microphone. In this case, I'm using YouTube for right now. Later down the line, I'll probably use Spotify and I'll link it down below so you can go there and you can listen to my podcast for truth in a walk at the park, which is the best place. But getting back from this tangent, what I'm trying to tell you is podcast is usually casting your words. So podcasting truth is just casting your words that come from your true self, your true essence, your true self. And that's me. I'm here as my true self to communicate thoughts to you. Now, like any human being, how does this benefit you? I don't know. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is words will start coming through my mind, through my mouth, and these words can resonate, cannot resonate, or maybe they can unlock you. Can resonate, I say that maybe you listen to something that resonates with a part of your life, something you understand, or something you feel. Cannot resonate is the same, but instead of this, you don't feel anything, you don't understand anything, or you don't remember anything that has happened in your life related to what I'm saying. The third thing is it can unlock you. What do I mean by unlock you? See, unlock you means that your conscious evolution starts playing out when you hear the words that are coming through my mouth in my mind, because they're true. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to keep you watching the video, and I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just here speaking my truth. So, that being said, this is the podcast for truth. Welcome. How is this podcast called? You. That's why my channel is called You. Why? What are you? Sorry, the camera moved. What are you? Let's start with who are you? Like I said before, if you close your eyes and think about it, who are you truly at your core? Are you the reflection of your desires? The reflection of what you think is success? Or are you what you think and believe to be true of who you've seen and known your whole life? I'll let you think about it. And I say this because if you truly close your eyes and start thinking about who you are, you might realize that you're nothing. You are not your car, your house, or even that person that you saw in the mirror. When you close your eyes, you're nothing. You're pure potentiality. You are the ability to create. You are the creator. You're literally connecting to God, source, and consciousness. The same thing, by the way. When you think about praying, what are you doing? You grab your hands, put them to your heart, close your eyes, and ask, or speak, or cast words, right? That is because you're connecting with yourself. Praying is connecting with yourself. Connecting with God is connecting with yourself. Connecting with the universe is connecting with yourself. Connecting with source energy and getting the right vibration, that is connecting with yourself. Again, it's always connecting with yourself, but not your ego. I'm speaking about your higher self, your spiritual nature, that person that is somewhere out here, unconscious of its existence, that is observing your ego move around this reality. Because there's layers to this. Even, who was it? Deepak Chopra, or one of these incredible people that understands the mind. There's the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. Conscious, like I said, you know why and you don't know how. Subconscious is you don't know why, you don't know how, but something is there. Unconscious, you know nothing. So when you're conscious, you're moving around your life, knowing why you're moving around, but never how it's all organizing. When you're subconsciously creating something, usually it's your mind that has a thought that is going around looping, creating a feeling that is then creating a belief, that then that belief is playing out and reflecting itself back into your life. And when you're unconscious, you literally don't know anything. You're just like a horse with something wrapped around his eyes, moving around the world, which is the worst way of living, but it's always serving a purpose. So let's start with conscious. How can you become conscious? You become conscious by understanding your nature, your true self, your observer mind. We have techniques about how you can do that. The most simple one is, you can see right there, I have a altar, right? Right where the Buddha is, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a Buddha. Right beneath that, there's a candle. I used to light that candle, turn it on, and just observe it. Observe it for hours. Now, why did I do this? Such a crazy thing, not your normal TikTok sprint. Why did I do this? Well, because when you observe a candle or something or an object that is right in front of you for a long period of time, you will see how you open eye meditate your way into understanding what is happening through your mind. It's like you're starting to observe your thoughts, because you start breaking apart from what is reality to yourself, and you start observing your thoughts. So if you truly want to experience what is to become conscious, light a candle, stare at the candle, and just observe your thoughts in the mind. You'll see how you start separating from this preconceived notion that you had, and you'll become the observer. It's literally going from left brain hemisphere to right brain hemisphere, from rational mind to creative mind, from thinking to being, from what is it that I'm doing to I just want to be here. This is amazing. That's almost how it feels. That's why I'm trying to enact it for you. Now that's consciousness. If you want to become conscious, you can do that. It's the most simple way of doing it. To create consciously is another totally different thing, and I'm creating a course about it, how to unlock your divine creativity, which is you become the creator, you become your conscious, you create your whole reality, but first you have to unlock your divine creativity. That's through asking the right questions and understanding how the universe works in reflection to how you're moving and blah, 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 blah. But we're not going to get into that. Let's move to the subconscious. What is the subconscious mind? Right now, if you are not conscious of everything that I just said, you're probably living through your subconscious blocks. That means that when you move around your life, everything that you see playing out there in the outside world, in the 3D world, is your subconscious. It's reflecting back to you everything that you need to learn, experience, or feel. Why? It's simple. Because if you don't have a way of understanding what's in here, there has to be a way of putting it out there so you can see it. That's God's game. I mean, you are a highly intelligent human being. You're literally God. You have omnipresence and potenticity, omnipower, sorry. That means that your mind is the creator mind, which is so intelligent that it knows that since you were a monkey mind, sorry for triggering you, if that triggers you, if your monkey mind is not allowing you to connect with yourself, then what is it going to do? It's going to put it out there. So the monkey mind can undoubtedly look at it and say, holy shit, this is horrible. I don't like this. This makes me feel bad. This looks horrible, blah, 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 blah. You judge it. Most of the people get stuck judging out there without understanding that what's out there, it's in here. But I'm trying to activate you here. Meaning that whatever you see out there that you don't like in your life, it's probably a subconscious block that you're not learning from. Let that sink in. Whatever is outside in the world that you don't currently like or makes you feel bad is probably a subconscious block you have within you that you're not learning from as a reflection. Now, let's make it more easy. What does it mean to reflect back your subconscious? Let's use an analogy for an example. Let's say I am a monkey mind person and I want to create a business. No, I want to attract my partner, my desired lifestyle and self-love. Let's start with a partner. What do I want to see in my partner? Usually, most people that are unconscious would say a perfect body. If you're a little bit more conscious, you would say a mind that understands mine and she's feminine and she's understanding. If you're a little bit more conscious, you would say a soul that connects to your soul. So that's everything that you want in the outside world, everything that you want to see, right? Okay, but that's what you want. What have you been getting? Have you been getting skunky girls, fat girls, girls that you don't really like? And I'm sorry for any lady out there, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that for men, usually their looks is how they judge women if they're not conscious. I'm gonna get to the higher level, just wait. So if you're getting a woman that makes you feel like you're not a man enough, or she is constantly overprotecting you or constantly controlling you, and she makes you feel like emasculated, then that is the reflection of what you truly believe inside of you. To the deeper levels, you get a twin soul, which means that it literally mirrors your soul, but we're not going to get too into that. Let's just say that if you have a girl that is fat and is ugly, that's because inside of you, that's what you think that you're worthy of. If she is controlling, emasculating, and overprotecting, that's because what you think in your subconscious mind is that that's all you're worthy of. It might be hard to accept. It took me a long time. I'm not going to be perfect Mr. Guru on the mountain. I had to go through a lot of suffering and healing to understand that I truly am worthy of more than what I believe I am. For all the things that I feel, all the healing that I've went through, solitude that I've spent. At the end of the day, it's all about how worthy you feel. So if you are having trouble feeling worthy, then that's what you're going to get. And you're not going to get what you want. The universe, like most people, spiritual people like to say, the universe never gives you, the universe never gives you what you want. It gives you what you truly believe you can get. Let that sink in. Because truly that's the truth. Truth with a capital T. If you don't feel worthy of receiving your desired lifestyle, you'll never be able to receive it. Or even create it. Or even attract it. Like, there's levels to this. You attract when you think that there's someone that can save you. You receive when you're kind of on a higher vibrational state where you are constantly putting things out into the universe that are positive. And you create when you're truly self-responsible, self-loving, and self-powerful. You understand that there's no one that's going to come to save you, so you got to build it yourself. But it's not through your ego, once again. And let's solve this once and for all. From here on out, for anyone that is subscribing to the channel right now, ego is basically whatever is a reflection of the outside. That meaning the mansion, the Ferrari, the beautiful chick, the abs that are toned but for no reason at all, and anything that makes you think that you have to get success and everyone praising you for it. You is not any of that. And it can be the same thing. Like maybe I want a Ferrari, but I don't want it so that people can praise me and understand that I am wealthy. No, I want it because I truly love the sound of a reverbing engine. I love the shifts of a Ferrari. I love how the steering wheel feels. I love how it feels to drive it. I love how it feels going around. I love it because truly at my core, my soul desires it, and I'm just giving it what it wants to experience. That being said, ego is what it's reflected from the outside. Your soul is what comes from within. So what you truly desire. That being said, you are not attracting, receiving, or creating through your ego. You're actually doing it through your soul. For that, you have to learn to connect to yourself. That's what this whole channel is about. I am here to get all those paradigms, blocks, and beliefs to eradicate themselves so you can finally connect to you. I'm going to do it through my voice. I'm not going to do so many meditations. I'm going to do more of contemplations. I like meditations, don't get me wrong. They get you to feel how the blocks in your body are moving around, the energy is flowing. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But contemplation is much more profound because it starts there as an idea in the mind. Your mind is both powerful and very limiting. You can have limiting beliefs or empowering beliefs. So your own mind can both block you or empower you. And the problem is your ego. But it's not bad. Later down the line, you'll learn that your ego is part of the creation. It's what allows you to create in this world. So it's not bad. Don't judge it. It's good. I am creating through my ego, and that's just it. But what I was saying, your limiting beliefs can be empowering beliefs if you just know how to shift it. So the first thing is to shift that, and then you can start creating the feelings that can actually make it true. That's why I didn't say I was going to do so many meditations, but instead more contemplations. Because contemplations get you ready for the meditation empowers that contemplation belief that you just went through, and then finally a manifestation or a creation is the equal parts of this. You contemplate the idea, you get it to click in your mind, you use meditation to make it feel in your heart, and then both your heart and mind create the reality you experience out here. Did you understand that? I hope you did, because I don't want to explain it again. Now let's get to the next topic. If this is the podcast for truth and I'm not planning any of this, how is it possible that I am understanding all of these things? They're just airy-fairy, woo-woo, spiritual concepts. No, they're not. And I'm not ever going to repeat those 3 words that I just used, because everything I say is truth. Believe it or not. And I'm not here to get you to believe me, to convince you or anything. I'm here to help you unlock yourself, to become you. It's all coming from love. It's literally love unlocking love so that it realizes it's love. Boom, that's it. Therefore, I won't use spiritual, I won't use woo-woo, airy-fairy, because it is. I mean, we're all spiritual in our core. We are all woo-woo in our minds, and we're all airy-fairy in our feelings. But the problem is no one wants to accept it. And that is what keeps us thinking and producing productivity, money, and scaling our businesses. But when in reality, most of the people that are trying to scale their business aren't even happy in their own business. What they truly want is fulfillment and freedom. But they don't understand this, so they don't try to look for it. They are just doing what they can to become successful in terms of what society values as successful, because they haven't even tried to understand what makes them feel successful. So what I'm trying to say again is that I'm here to speak airy-fairy, woo-woo, spiritual things, and that's it. Because truth is spiritual, airy-fairy, woo-woo. But it's only that for you, because it's a concept, not an experience yet. And it's okay, because I'm here to both create experiences for you through feelings by being myself, and giving you concepts through my words and my voice. Concept is something that you can imagine, but you cannot see or haven't felt. Simple. Concept is what you cannot see, but you can imagine. What you haven't felt, therefore you don't understand. And then yeah, that's concept. So let's use an example just to hone it down. This is my hand. And this is thanks to Leo Guru, actualize.org. You should go watch that. Actualized.org. Incredible channel. Well, this is my hand. This is reality. This hand right here, I feel like Leo Guru. This hand right here, this is reality. But this is the best way to explain it. This is reality. This is concept. Me thinking about my hand behind my back without seeing it, concept. Experience, concept. Experience, concept. Experience, concept. Watching my hand is an experience. Thinking about my hand being behind my back is a concept. The same works for truth. What I'm going to say to you throughout this channel, throughout this self-journaling process of unlocking, awakening, and everything that we're going to do in this channel, that it'll go creating itself as we go. It's giving you concepts that can then allow you to create experiences, and then bringing you back here with those experiences to fully hone down those concepts that then became experiences that you can now believe because you have tested it out, you have experienced it, and know as truth. Because in the end, truth is nothing but a concept until you, concept is nothing but, truth is nothing but a concept until you experience it. So everything that I said right now, it's not a concept for me. It's an experience that I've turned into wisdom. Because wisdom is not the same as intellect. Wisdom understands what it's saying, but doesn't repeat back what it has heard. So you're not gonna see me or hear me or feel me say things that I've heard, use too much quotes, or repeat back what I've seen on Instagram or on TikTok or on YouTube. No, you're gonna watch me use my wisdom so that I can unlock you. Because everything that I just said is coming from experience. And experience is nothing but wisdom. Once you have experienced enough, you turn it into wisdom. We're gonna go into wisdom sometime later down the line, because wisdom is a great, beautiful, incredible concept. But you need to learn how to become wise through turning your experiences into wisdom. So we'll get into that later. For now, what I'm trying to say here is that I'm here to speak truth, and if you like that, you love me for me,